Hello, Todd Frizzell here with a video response to Truthslayer's ROHBots versus ROHaters. And let me start off by saying the hating's got to stop. There's a few points I really want to make clear in this video. I agreed with a lot of points that Truthslayer made, and I want to give my own opinions here. So here we go. Okay. For one, not everyone likes every wrestling product. And this is the main point I want to make. Alright, I may like chocolate cake, and my best friend may like ice cream. That does not mean that one is better than the other. It just means that we prefer different things. Everyone has their own taste buds. Everyone likes different foods. Just like, as far as foods go, everyone has their own wrestling taste buds. Every wrestling fan prefers a different sort of product, a different category of wrestling, a different style, a different approach. Everyone is unique. Everyone is different, and everyone prefers different things and has different interests. And that can be broke down in professional wrestling. Okay, moving on to some other points I'd like to make. Alright, I've done a lot of interviews with some podcasts in the past, and a lot of wrestlers and fans think Ring of Honor is just a bunch of spots. They're a bunch of spot monkeys. No selling, yada yada yada. Where's the realism to that, they say? Well, and I agree to that, I agree with that to a certain degree, but there is a certain line that has to be drawn with making comments like that, because you'll have, and I don't want to stereotype here, and I'm not an ROH fanboy or anything like that. I'm going to stick up for them, but I'm not someone that dislikes every other product out there and only likes the product that's my favorite product, if you will. But here's one point I'd really like to make, and that's the fact that you've got a lot of the WWE fanboys out there, and they're saying, where's the realism in these Ring of Honor matches? Kicking out of all these maneuvers, no selling, false finishes everywhere, spots all over the place. Where's the realism to that? Well, let me ask you something, WWE fans. When WWE just did the feud with Kane and The Undertaker, and when they've done that in the past, when they just revisited that again, when they've got fire coming from the ceiling, lightning bolts, caskets raising, frickin' music playing while Kane's cutting a frickin' promo, lights flashing. Where's the realism in that? Lightning bolts coming from an indoor arena. That's the prime example there. Where's the realism in that? That's not realistic at all. That's completely phony. But the fans still get into it. The fans still buy it. Right? So why wouldn't they buy, spotty, real fast-paced wrestling with a bunch of false finishes? What's the difference? I don't understand. And when you think of it, now I don't want this to come across the wrong way. Because some of you are going to interpret this the wrong way. I understand psychology in wrestling is very important, and you want it to be realistic. But you do not have to go over the edge with it. It should not be that important to the point where you're bashing other companies that, have more athleticism involved. Yes, realism is important, but at the end of the day, it's a show. Okay? It's a show at the end of the day. It's not real. We know it's not real. Obviously there's aspects that are. I'm a big-time wrestling fan. I don't need to defend myself on, in that respect. But you guys, at the end of the day, we all know it's a show. We don't get into it because we think it's legitimate and all real and the guys really hate one another and this and that. We get into it because it's a great show. Why do we go to the movies? Nowadays, you have all these extravagant kills in movies and all this high-tech stuff, all this unrealistic stuff in movies. Movies are unrealistic as hell. Some of the situations the characters find themselves in are so unrealistic it's not even funny, but we still cry, we still laugh, we still get into the films, we still get into the movies, and we still get into professional wrestling, even though some of the things they do are not realistic. And realistic storylines like the Kane and The Undertaker stuff is no more unrealistic than false finishes and spots. It's just done in a different way to appeal to a different segment of the audience. And I apologize for screaming here, but I just really wanted to get that point across clear. So at the end of the day, it's a show. You still have to approach it with somewhat a realistic, with a somewhat realistic approach. You don't want to go completely crazy with it and make it so unrealistic it's not even semi-believable. But you don't have to be so hung up on the realism that you're making your product less and less entertaining to the fans, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's not about fooling anyone into thinking it's real. It's about entertaining the fans and making them want to come back and see your show. So that's pretty much my rant. So for you ROH haters, you need to stop. If you don't like Ring of Honor, you don't like Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, could some of their guys have some more personality? Of course. They let their actions speak louder than the words, and a lot of people like that kind of wrestling more than, the storyline-based type wrestling like WWE or even TNA. It's just your personal preference. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. But you don't have to come and bash it, right? You don't like pizza? You don't go around bashing pizza. You just don't eat it. So, that's pretty much my point. My points for this video. I have some other videos here on YouTube, so I would love it if you guys subscribed and send me some friend requests. I've got a CZW Cage of Death 12 review up, as well as a TNA Genesis 2011 promo, and I'm going to be doing some more videos here as well, so please subscribe to my channel here at Pro Wrestle for Life. Thank you very much, and have a great day. And Truthslayer, I look forward to possibly hearing a response in regards to this response that I made for your video. Thank you very much.